Alright, I'll do a video here. This bike here, this S-Works, this is the latest top of the range mountain bike you can get. Specialized S-Works, epic. It's like a $12,000 bike, got flat pedals and I use it for shopping. The suspension design, I think I'm on my shock number 5. Specialized have been very helpful, especially Specialized in the US. They send me out that shock, so far so good. But this bike literally inspired me to create my own brand. Why is that? Because I had such high expectations in the product I've been using for. I've been using Specialized Epic since 2003, so 17 years. And for me, this is the worst model ever. The proprietary shock is just a real pain in the ass, which I've done a few videos about. So, moral of the story is, I wanted to create a brand that delivered what it promised. Bikes that just work, and that's why I come up with the word pragma. So I don't come up with the word pragma, that's an ancient word, but pragmatic. I was introduced to that term last year, and pragmatic, it just means based on a results versus theory. What works? There it is, chin stretch. Natasha's helmet is small, head's getting bigger. So I basically wanted a bike that works, and I wanted to be able to deal direct with the customer. You know, that's what I love about, you know, when I was talking with Specialized, I talked to actually, the designer contacted me. You know, the designer contacted me. It's like, hey, Al, you know, fan, blah, blah, blah. And it's really good. Like, so I got that personal connection, you know. Because when you buy from a shop, you get different staff attitudes, or a different distributor, or just different vibes, and someone likes you, someone doesn't like. It's just, you know, it's different, and that's not good or bad. It's just, that's big business. Like, there's, you know, your customer service is based on who you reach on that phone or that email. You know, so when you're buying a bike from me, you're dealing direct with me. And the reason why I can do such good deals on my bike is I don't have staff. I don't have a marketing budget, because my marketing is my brand social media. I've got a huge, I've got over 200 million views on this channel, blah, blah, blah. And so I don't have to spend a single cent on marketing. And so that means there's no, you know what I mean? My margins are very, very small, because I don't have to add staff and all this other stuff, you know, you know, which you have to have when you go corporate. And when you go corporate, you lose. You just do. You lose that one-on-one touch with the customer. You just do, you know, because there's just too many people, too many hands touching an item. Means the margins have to go up, and it's just, you know, it's corporate, and that's fine. Just saying, I wanted to create something different. I wanted to create high-end, carbon, custom, hand-painted product. You know, I was inspired also by Trek Project One. I think their paints are really good, but the price, I mean, just like, I can afford it, but the average person who wants a custom painted bike can't afford that. You know? And it's special to have something that's custom painted. And some of the places in Australia that paint bikes, they're expensive as heck. You know, for the price you get one of my frames, you get your old bike painted, which is fine if you want to do that. So I'm not trying to like bad mouth or bag, or, you know, I'm just trying to give people an option, and this is why I created my own brand. I just wanted to have that one-on-one customer service, which, you know, you won't get. Doesn't matter how much you spend, you know, you won't get that unless you're like, you know, a pro athlete, and the brand's like, wow, let's look after this person. You know, that's maybe different, and so maybe I'll get a bit better customer service, or sometimes I get worse customer service because someone they don't like doing my videos, or someone's a big fan of my videos. So I don't live in a normal life because I'm not an everyday person in terms of, you know, social influence, etc. And I accept that. You know, I'm not whining about that. I get it. Polarizing. People either really, really love you, or they really, really don't like you, and that's fine. That's just human nature. So I wanted to create a brand where I can talk one-on-one with the person and create designs. Not create designs, offer designs. These designs are already created. Thousands and thousands of riders are riding these bikes, these frames. They're proven. And I'm using, proven design, which is very important. You minimize any issues with failures or cracks or whatever. With a new item, I mean, how many people have had issues with this shock? So many, and it's the top of the top bike. It's starting to rain. So, you know, this is what I wanted to do, create proven designs, proven factory, and that is Pragma Bikes. So if you want the best carbon out there with the least faff, and you want to deal with one person, you don't want to deal with, you know, Uncle Jeng or someone Chang or whoever, which is no problem. Just saying, you know, I've talked with a lot of factories, people have sent me samples, and this is rubbish, guys. That wouldn't put your name to that. I'm not going to share this at what it is, but what he's doing, they're like, oh, you know, it's just business for them. They don't ride bikes. They're very fast. The email replies will set you or whatever sometimes, but they don't ride bikes. Then it's just business. For me, this isn't business. It's a hobby, it's a passion, you know. And so when you're talking with me, you're dealing with me, and I like to listen to my people. And so if you have a question about Pragma Bikes, anything, you want to be on my podcast, you want to grill me or critique me, I'll be on your podcast. I'm the only CEO of any bike brand who will jump on your podcast. But you want to grill me or critique? Let's do it. So many people chat, or keyboard warriors or whatever, but in real life, they'd never do a live stream debate with me. You know? So it's fine to critique, but don't be a keyboard warrior and say, get me on your podcast, let's do the live stream. If you want to critique, let's do that. You know, I heard an interview recently with the guy from Factor, I think it's Rob Gisler, pretty transparent dude, pretty open. That was really refreshing to see that. And so that inspired me as well to be one of those CEOs who's like approachable, who's reachable, you know? Can you reach the CEO of Specialized? Can you reach the CEO of Factor? You probably could. Can you reach the CEO of Giant? And understandably, these people in these top positions, they're managing people and understand that, but it means you lose that humanity. You know, you lose that humanity. And for some people, that's not important. They just want the same bike that such and such rides, or the Tour de France, or the world. And I get that. That's totally cool. You know, I was like that back in the day. Now I want a bike that is safe. I want a bike that really works. I want a bike that I'll have the least faff with. I want a bike that's custom to me, custom painted. I don't want to have to like go, that paint's okay, but I would have done this. So I want those things. And I don't want to pay more than I have to pay. Seriously, how much people are paying for. Some people are paying like $9,000 for a frame set. And you do that if you want. It's your money. I'm just saying, I've ridden all the top bikes. And some of them very disappointed with the performance. Some of them I'm like, why is this so much? And I ride my Pragma bikes, same performance or even better, for far, far less money. So again, if you want brand name, you know where to go. And if you want custom painted, hand painted, one-on-one conversation with me, advice for training, etc., or I probably won't even sell your bike, because a lot of people write me, I want to support you, Harley. I'm like, fantastic. But I'm like, I'll be honest with you, the bike you got's already good enough. Just keep that, man. It's fantastic. Just maybe drop the fork out and check the bearings for the ring of death. Just do that. But your bike's good enough. Don't buy one of mine. Yeah. So again, you're not going to get this level of service from anyone else. I have my critics. I always will. That's part of the deal. But again, none of those critics have the cojones to jump on a live stream with Duran Rider or put me on a podcast or whatever. None of them have that. All right. So it's very easy to attack someone from behind a keyboard or from behind in real life, but to do it face to face on camera for the world to see, so it was one thing to critique. So you're always going to have critics, but I think that, go listen to that. I think it was on Marginal Gains podcast. Friend Rich sent that to me from London, and it's the guy from Factor, Rob Gisler. I think I forget that wrong, sorry. But I think it's a very transparent interview, and I think that's the future, is that humanity element that we don't really see with big corporate brands. And so I think Rob's doing a great job of bringing that in to that. But anyway, we'll see you on the road. If you want one of my bikes, check out my website, duranrider.com. Email me, duranriders.com. I'm freaking approachable and I'm reachable. Okay, I get thousands of messages and comments and stuff. But if you do have a question about my bikes, I'll always answer that. Hopefully I get back to it not too late. If you do want one-on-one coaching that comes free with the bike, if you want that Facebook group option, if you don't want that bike, then it's fine. You can also purchase my coaching as well. So I like to be approachable. Not many people with my reach in social media are this approachable, and I think that's a shame. And I think it's, I think that's a flaw of society. It's a flaw of social media. We get these big followings, but how many people are actually approachable? How many people are offering a space or a product that's you're dealing with direct with them? Unfortunately, not many. So yeah. Anyway, you got any questions down below, or message me, duranriders@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.